Good afternoon. Another senseless killing in this city. However, I am very happy and pleased that detectives assigned to the State Police Unit and the Bedford Police Department have made an arrest in a very short period of time. So I'm pleased with their efforts in bringing charges against this defendant who's accused of the killing.
Now, what can you tell us? Can you tell us more about exactly what happened? Just sort of sparse on details in there.
Well, I think you heard it outlined by the prosecutor, which I think was pretty succinct. Late in the evening, there was an altercation outside that address at Ashley Boulevard, or inside. It eventually worked its way outside. This defendant is alleged to have been present with another defendant with the victim. Victim was punched, allegedly in the face, knocked down. When he got up, this defendant stabbed him to death. And then the last several days, the investigation has continued, and fortunately, the defendant was apprehended last night and is brought here for his arraignment today.
What was the disagreement over?
Generally, I think it was about behavior, but I wouldn't get into too many details now that the case has formally been presented. But it was a disagreement, maybe behavior going on that put this defendant, the victim, and another individual outside that led to the defendant stabbing the victim.
What about the individual who allegedly punched the victim? Do you know who that person is, and could that person be facing charges?
We do know who it is. That's all I would comment at this point, because the investigation is ongoing. As you know, this just happened late Sunday night.
Could someone else potentially be facing murder charges?
Investigation's ongoing. I wouldn't get into. I wouldn't comment on that at this point.
Well, you said both the victim and the suspect were at a party at the time at the house?
It appears to be the case. It was at the address at Ashley Boulevard, and then there was some type of altercation that led them all outside on I believe the sidewalk, or at least outside, and again, the victim was punched, and shortly thereafter, when he got up, we allege that this defendant, Mr. Arce, stabbed the victim to death.
And how did you know it was Arce? How did you narrow down the focus on him?
Just through the investigation, through interviewing witnesses and viewing other evidence. That's all I would say at this point.
Tom, witnesses told us, and the scene seemed to show that the victim walked quite a long ways after he was initially attacked. Is that accurate?
I wouldn't comment on that. At this point, again, just focusing on the basic facts, because now obviously he's facing a murder charge. He was stabbed to death, as the prosecutor mentioned, in the neck. There was significant bleeding, and sadly, he died as a result of the stabbing.
Were both the victim and the suspect drinking prior to this?
I'm not sure about the suspect. I mean, again, these things, as the investigation goes on, we'll find out more. But it was mentioned in court that the victim may have been drinking.
What's the relationship between the victim and the defendant? Or is there any?
I don't know if there was one. They were both present. Again, something occurred that brought them outside and led to this tragedy.
Do we know what floor the party was on?
I'm not sure at this point.
Is it fair to say that there were just two individuals involved in the attack with the victim? There was a witness and neighbor that told us that he saw multiple, two males and a female in the area of the victim during the attack.
It appears at this case there were two people involved in the attack on the defendant. Let's leave it at that.
Do we know who called 911?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of it. I'll provide you as much information, generally as I can. But I think you've heard, enough facts that have brought us here today. Again, very sad, the pointless killing of a young person. Now it's time to have the case work its way through the court system and hopefully hold this defendant accountable.
Forgive my ignorance, were the documents impounded? Was that?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what's your reaction? It's not often that we're in a courtroom and we talked to some reporters in there who have been journalists for decades and said they've never seen sort of the media moved into the position that we were. Obviously, we didn't get a look at the defendant, and the documents were impounded. What's your reaction to the secretive nature of that? And did you have any objection to that?
I wouldn't comment on that at this point.
Can you talk about how the suspect...
That's unusual, though, isn't it?
I'm not involved in where people are asked to sit, but obviously it's important that you cover these matters. I think the information, you know, that's why I'm here trying to provide you some basic information, is something that you missed out on.
Can you talk about how the suspect was captured?
I would just say he was apprehended last night. I believe, was it
24
in Bridgewater on Route 24. Taken into custody, and he appeared here for his arraignment today, obviously in custody as a result of that arrest.
Do you have a record? Any sort of record?
Does have a record. He has a pending drug trafficking case out of Superior Court in Fall River that is pending. That he posted a significant amount of bail, I believe $50,000.
Are you confident that you can get a conviction here?
Let the case work its way through the system. He's been charged. We have confidence at this point that we have charged him, and time for the system case to work its way through the system and let the system work. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.